Yes, hello and welcome everybody. It's Chris here from the Ministry of Dice, and I'm back again today with another one of my video presentation Who'd What's It. And as you can see on the screen there, in today's video I'm going to do a spoiler review. A spoiler review of all the juicy Dark Phoenix Saga set cards that have been leaked out over the last week or two. Well, actually, I've just caught myself. I'm pausing there. It's not going to be all the Dark Phoenix Saga set cards that have been spoiled. That's not what the Ministry of Dice spoiler reviews are all about, so I'll correct myself. I'm going to highlight some spoilers. A spoiler review on BritRoller6.com or from the Ministry of Dice is all about picks of the week. What stands out? What's got us excited? So I'm not going to go card by card through every card that's been spoiled. That would just be onerous and not really have much useful information in it. No, it's my hot takes. It's my gut instinct. It's my first look, kind of video, I suppose. That's what this is going to be all about. So I'm going to just talk through a few cards that have got me really excited, or some combos that I've immediately realised and gone, I really want to try that out for shenanigans. You know, it's that kind of stuff. That's what the structure of these videos are all about. Incidentally, I used to write these spoiler reviews as written articles on the BritRoller6.com site. From Infinity Gauntlet, I started doing them as these talk video reviews. I asked for feedback back then. I'll ask for it again now. Let me know, folks. Do you prefer the written reviews? Do you prefer these talk video reviews? Is there some balance of the two that you'd like me to try and strike? The one main piece of feedback that I did receive was that individuals wanted to be able to see the card images or go back and take a look at them after the video had gone out so they could read the card text at their leisure and revisit them. I've addressed that. If you want to head on over to BritRoller6.com, in the header bar you'll see that there's a button now for unreleased set spoilers, and if you pop into there, all the cards that we've spoiled exclusively here at BritRoller6.com /the Ministry of Dice are in there and available for viewing, and the cards that I'm spoiling on today's video you can revisit. I'll get them up in a day or two when I've got a few minutes to do the upload. So yeah, I've addressed that piece of feedback, but I'm really keen to understand whether you like the video versions, whether you want me to go back to the written versions that I've done for many years now, or some balance in between. Okay, let's not delay. Let's get into the cards. And the first card that has caught my eye that I'm really excited about is the kind of central title character card of the set. It's the Dark Phoenix. In fact, I'm going to talk about this one now, but I'm going to talk about Dark Phoenix in a little bit more detail later on in the vid, because I think just broadly there's something about this character that really stands out to me. And it's this one in particular that's got my juices flowing. It's the Dark Phoenix Destructive Force. It's a 7-cost bolt villain. When an opposing character die damages Dark Phoenix, she deals that much damage to each opponent. And she's got the global on there. Very excited about the global. Pay a bolt and KO one of your character dice. The next die you purchase this turn costs 2 less to a minimum of 1. And she's got 155, 277, 388 on the stats, and this is the rare. So yeah, just super excited about this card. I mean, immediately, look at how good looking this card is. That's an amazing piece of artwork. It's outstanding, and I'm really excited to see what this one looks like in foil. I think all that kind of flame effect behind is going to look really exciting. That Doctor Strange foil from the Infinity Gauntlet set just really showed me what potential there is in these kind of yellows and oranges and these bright popping colours and stuff. The fact that the reprint of the Blue Eyes White Dragon Global is on here is super exciting as well. That's what I'll revisit a little later on in the video, so I'll car park that one for a minute. But the game text, I mean, look at that. When an opposing character die damages Dark Phoenix, she deals that much damage to each opponent. So there's a real potential to deliver a lot of damage in a really janky, fun way here. And I love wombo combo stuff. Speaking of Doctor Strange, this is how I would do it, incidentally. The Doctor Strange Global, pay a mass, target character die must attack this turn. So I'd pick the biggest, nastiest dice that my opponent's got on the other side of the field, force it to attack, block it with Dark Phoenix, and just really start ploughing loads of damage through. Now, the downside of that is if the big nasty dice that you're planning on delivering that combo through can KO Dark Phoenix, she's got some really expensive kind of fielding costs there. So you might want to look at mitigating fielding costs with, I don't know, a Yawning Portal, a Sasha Banks, or what's that basic action in Warhammer 40k that's just suddenly escaped me? I can't think of it, but there's a basic action. Go, just read all the basic actions in Warhammer 40k to find it. So yeah, I just love cards that kind of are self-contained in this way. She's got a lot going for her. Ramp global, big beefy stats, a game text that can deliver damage, and she combo. You know, to get the combo off, you just need one other card, and you don't even have to buy the dice on Doctor Strange. You just then need to be able to pay a mask to force things to attack. So yeah, really love this one, and I think it's just great that as a central character of the set, the Dark Phoenix, it's nice to see that she's got a lot of clout. And as I say, I'll come back to the Dark Phoenix and talk a little bit more about the global in a second. But while I'm on a kind of combo train, there was another card that stood out to me that got my mind a turning and is one of my hot picks for this review, and that's Madelyn Pryor, Aspiring. 3-cost mask, she's Brotherhood of Evil Mutants and Hellfire Club. And Madelyn Pryor reads, while Madelyn Pryor is active, if an opponent draws an extra die during their clear and draw step, prep 2 dice from your bag. So, very situational, relies very heavily on what your opponent's got going on. There's not a lot of circumstances where they would be drawing more than 1 dice during their clear and draw step. So, it's all a bit kind of murky. Plus, there's the rules lawyers have got questions around the use of the terminology clear and draw step and roll and re-roll step. I'm just going to take a very plain reading, if that's okay, and interpret it how I want to interpret it. And I think there's potential in this lady, and I think there's potential in this lady with Macho Man. Macho Man Randy Savage. Oh, yeah. How was that, Arj? Was that good and accurate? Bodhi? Was that a good one? I think I've got a recording of Bodhi doing that somewhere, actually. I might even just cut that in. Watch this space. I may have left. That may have been me. It may have been Bodhi. Let's see what I managed to do. But he's a 4-cost fist. He's got some WWE. Is that the Superstar affiliation? And while Macho Man Randy Savage is active, players draw an extra die during their clear and draw step. So with Macho Man Randy Savage and Madelyn Pryor out in the field, you can, in your own clear and draw step, draw 7 dice, and your opponent will be drawing 5. Isn't that exciting? It's a really wombo combo, purchase cost, dice intensive thing to do, but I don't know. There's just something about that that's got me excited. Get Madelyn Pryor out, get Macho Man Randy Savage out, and you give your opponent an extra dice, they get the 5, but you get 7. Seems like a bargain to me. But then I got thinking even more. You see, you can probably tell from my voice, I'm super excited about trying this Madelyn Pryor out and getting some combos going. Because then what I thought is, let's get Nebula out in the field. This is one I've been talking about with Stu and Mike from the UK scene. Hi, guys. We've been discussing this one and planning on trying this combo out. We haven't tinkered it up yet. But Nebula, sister to Gamora, 4-cost mask, Guardians of the Galaxy affiliation. While Nebula is active, if your opponent draws and rolls more than 4 dice during their clear and draw step, they lose 2 life. So in addition to you benefiting from the additional dice draw, that you'll get from Madelyn Pryor, you're prepping some extra dice for your own use next turn. You can pop Nebula out in the field and start killing your opponent with the process as well. And it's lose life. It's not even damage, it's lose life. So, it's really hard to kind of maneuver around. And then I got to thinking, what if you chuck She-Hulk, Los Angeles native in the mix? 6-cost shield, Avengers affiliation. While She-Hulk is active, when your opponent draws and rolls more than 4 dice during their roll and re-roll step, you may spin target die to an energy face. So, get Madelyn Pryor out, get Macho Man Randy Savage to force them to draw those additional dice and to give you extra ramp. Put Nebula out to make them lose life while they do it, and then put She-Hulk out so you're spinning one of their characters down to an energy face right at the outset of their turn. Whew! That is janky wombo combo magic there, folks. I'm so excited about that Madelyn Pryor. You can't believe it was like, oh, I'm going to do a review video. I've got to talk about this because I've just busted to tell somebody. So I'm telling you all. But yeah, I think the reason this stands out to me is because, I tell you what, actually, just before I say that, imagining Golden, that with the team up basic action as well. Ooh, ideas. But yeah, let me circle back round. So the reason I really got into that combo in detail and the reason why I focused on it is because I wanted to kind of highlight that I think there may be some cards sitting in the spoilers, or there may be some cards that will be sitting in the wider set when we finally got sight of it all, that will be potentially overlooked or a bit like, no, that's interesting, and kind of thrown away and popped in a binder to gather dust for days gone, forever and ever and ever. But, I don't think that's the case, and I worry that Madelyn Pryor might get overlooked, or people think it's interesting and nobody tries to do anything with it. So that's what I'm going to try and do with it, folks, and I encourage you to try and do stuff like that with it too. There you go. All right. That was, as far as the spoiler review goes, that probably should have belonged in a combo video, but I just got so excited about it, I had to put it out there. All right, there we go. Moving on. So what's next? I'm trying to remember what's next. Oh, that's right. I said I was going to talk about the Dark Phoenix stuff. So it's really interesting to me, and I'm super excited about the fact that the global is across all rarities of this card. In the first instance, that just makes it widely accessible as a ramp global to any player, whatever size their collection, whatever their budget, to start picking up a few packs, because the likelihood of getting a common is higher, obviously, in comparison to the rare. But also, it just stands out to me as a part of the kind of focus of the set as a draft set as well, because it means that that ramp global will be accessible, because the likelihood of getting one in a stack is higher, because the global's across all three of the rarities. So I just think it's a really well-rounded card to suit the constructed player who wants to make their own teams, but maybe on a budget and can't afford to buy enough packs to chase the rare, or gather enough cards to do a trade to get their hands on it, and they can still access that global. But also for the draft player who can think about it as a possibility, as a good pick in their draft to use to help them ramp. Also, they're just super strong in draft. Just the game techs are super strong. Like Malevolent there, messes with X-Men characters. Enemy of the Shi'ar messes with Shi'ar and X-Men characters. They've all got a way of dealing damage. Malevolent. When fielded, KO target character die. If it's an X-Men character die, deal your opponent 4 damage, and the chances of there being X-Men around in an X-Men set draft are high. Dark Phoenix, enemy of the Shi'ar. When Dark Phoenix attacks, deal 2 damage to your opponent. Love that rinse and repeat attacky thing there going on. Pop a static field in the mix for extra shenanigans. I mentioned the rare before as having the potential to deal lots and lots of damage. So super exciting stuff with them there. And the fact that the global is accessible across all the rarities, I think, is something to note, and is a standout as far as the set is concerned for me. And what it does is it opens up all those lovely rinse and repeat kind of KO effects that you might want to play around with. So one that stood out to me from the Shi'ar video that I did was Lilandra Politician, just the cheapest Lilandra that we've seen so far at a 3-cost shield. But then the Gladiator, the Empire Must Stand, who says when Lilandra is KO'd, put a loyalty counter on him, and those loyalty counters give +1/+1 to him. And he's got Overcrush, and he's got that great Doom Caliber Knight global reprint, which I'm not even going to go into today because I'm salty about that as a static field fan. But yeah, get your Lilandra out, KO with the Dark Phoenix global, and that'll then give Gladiator a stat bump, refielder, do it again, refielder, do it again. Just keep going, making your Gladiator bigger and bigger and bigger every turn, and benefiting from the fact that it's discounting your next purchase by 2, which I think is just, all over awesome. Another rinse and repeat effect that occurred to me as well. We've got Moira, if it's real here, 3-cost shield. She's an X-Men character. She reads, while Wolverine is active, Moira gets +1 defense. I'll talk about that in a sec. But more importantly, when fielded, your X-Men characters get +1 attack until the end of turn. And when Moira is KO'd, prep a die from your use pile. And then you've got Jubilee, the X-Men field leader here, 4-cost bolt. And she says, while Jubilee is active, when you field a character die, she deals 1 damage to your opponent and 1 damage to the target character die. So just another one of these lovely kind of rinse and repeat. I mean, less of a drafty one because the likelihood of getting Jubilee's lower, but get a Moira out in the field, KO her, prep a die, get the discount, pop Jubilee in the field, and then just refield and KO Moira at your leisure, giving the stat bump when you field her and getting the extra dice prep when you take her out. So yeah, just really kind of exciting. And I also like the affiliation synergy with Moira there as well. We've all seen the potential of just these kind of cross the board little stat bumps from things like the Black Widow in the Avengers Infinity campaign box, So here's another opportunity to do that with your X-Men characters. And so really excited about that Dark Phoenix global being across all the rarities, making it super accessible, and the fact that there's going to be new ways of playing with these kind of rinse and repeat effects, where you want to KO your stuff to refield your stuff and do it over and over and over again. I mean, that Jubilee Moira combo, I think, may have some real potential, but I don't know. I've said things have had real potential before, and then they've just fallen flat on their face. I said I was going to go back to the Wolverine thing. So that Moira's got this thing on there. Another kind of thing for the review here, folks, kind of stand out, is there's a lot of cards knocking around with these kind of references to when Wolverine is in the field. I'm so intrigued by this. I can't wait to see what the Wolverines look like. We've got Iceman, Frozen Fists of Fury there. When Iceman attacks, if Wolverine is active, deal 3 damage to target character die. Moira, if it's real, while Wolverine is active, Moira gets +1 defense. Got Mystique, Relentless here. While Wolverine is active, Mystique gets +2 attack. And notice they're all X-Men affiliations, so they'll get Moira's fielding bonus to their attack stats. There's something there. We've also seen a Psylocke from the Game Trade magazine preview that gets bigger. So there's a Wolverine theme thing in here. There's a Wolverine thing. Wizkids, please, I urge you, get a Wolverine card out for us to see. We need to know what's going on, but it's just really intriguing. It stands out to me, and I'm super excited to know what that's all about. So there we are then, folks. There we are, my Dark Phoenix Saga spoiler review. Those are my hot takes for the moment. There's other stuff to get excited about, of course. They're just like my key standouts or the things that have got me really excited. A couple of combo ideas that has already got me thinking about. A few curiosities that I can't wait to see more or understand more about when the set comes out. I didn't even talk about the loyalty token mechanic on Gladiator or Founder on the Iceman that you saw there. Although if you're interested in Founder, like I say, I've written an article on that recently. You can go check that out and take a look at that keyword profile on Founder. But please do let me know in the comments below. I would love to know, is there something that you've seen from the wider spoilers that I've not talked about today that you've got a hot take on, or you've clocked a combo that's got some potential, or there's something you're excited to try, no matter how janky or how many insane numbers of dice you need to buy to make it work. I'd love to hear about all that stuff, so please do let me know. If you've enjoyed what I've done here today, give me a thumbs up. If you're not already subscribed to the channel, get yourself subscribed to the channel. But in the meantime, I'll see you folks on another video on a BritRoller6.com blog or on a podcast sometime soon. All right, ta-ra, guys.